I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. And I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. With you. What a wicked game to play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do to let me dream of.
We're gonna make it 30 if you cry about it, Kilo. How about that?
What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream of you. And I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. The world was on fire, no one could save me but you. Strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. With you. will build my throne. The sticks and the stones that you used to throw have built me an empire, so don't even try to cry me a river, cause I forgive you. You are the reason I still fight. So you can throw me to the wall. Tomorrow I will come back, leader of the whole pack. Beat me black and black. Every word will shape me, every scar will build my throne. So you can throw me to the wall. Tomorrow I will come back, leader of the whole pack. Beat me black and black. Every word will shape me, every scar will build I'll leave you choking on every word you left unspoken. Rebuild all that you've broken, and now you know. I'll leave you choking on every word you left unspoken. Rebuild all that you've broken, and now you know. Every word will shape me, every scar will build my throne. So you can throw me to the wall. Tomorrow I will come back, leader of the whole pack. Beat me black and black. Every word will shape me, every scar will build my throne.
It was my baby, and he died needlessly.
His mum Shelley revealing the litany of letdowns as the Palisades fire approached.
Guess what didn't work? 911. All the phone lines were down.
Rory, who was born blind with cerebral palsy, lived in a self-contained cottage on the property. Embers were raining down. Shelley's hoses ran dry.
He said, "Mom, leave me." And no, Mom can leave the kid. And I've got a broken arm. I couldn't lift him. I couldn't move him. When the fire department brought me back, his cottage was burnt to the ground. It was my baby, and he died needlessly.
His mum Shelley revealing the
blood is on not just Gavin Newsom's hands. I wish I would have changed the title. I forgot. I'm done blaming politicians. I forgot. Whoa, I forgot all about that. This year, I'm blaming the voters. I'm holding the voters accountable for this type of shit. Because we all knew, look, I'm just some retard. And I knew Gavin Newsom was an incompetent clown years ago. Fucking years ago. Y'all keep voting for the motherfucker. There's been an election between me figuring out Gavin Newsom is an incompetent clown and this fire. There's been an election. There's been a few of them, I believe. And you keep voting for this fucking guy. And then all the other clowns you vote for, the fucking clown mayor and the clown, all of them, fucking every single one of them, top to bottom, they're all fucking clowns. They're all fucking clowns. And you vote for them over and over and you vote for them. And then I don't even blame them, quite frankly. I don't even blame them. If you really think about it, Gavin Newsom, let's be honest here. Gavin Newsom has been governor. How long? Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. How long has Gavin Newsom been the governor of California?
Here's what I found.
Bitch, you're useless. I swear to God. Hey, Siri. How long has Gavin Newsom been the governor of California.
Found this on the web.
Bitch, just give me a number. Just say a fucking number. You don't gotta say a bunch of shit. You just gotta go 8 years. Good Lord, you're fucking useless. Hold on. You're useless. Elon need to make a phone, because this shit's useless, I'm telling you. How long has Gavin Newsom been the governor of California? Now watch this. Gavin Newsom has been the governor of California since January 7th, 2019. I thought he's been there longer. And that's it? What was he before? He was there before, though. What was he before? Wasn't he the mayor of LA or some shit? I swear he'd been along longer. He was like a mayor or a senator there or something. What was Gavin Newsom before he became the governor? I didn't give up on Syria. Grok will tell you everything. Elon need to make a phone. Before becoming the governor of California, Gavin Newsom served as the lieutenant governor from 2011 to 2019. Prior to that, he was the mayor of San Francisco. He was on San Francisco Board of Supervisors as well. That motherfucker been in government since 1997. So he's been an incompetent clown since 1997. He's failed repeatedly. I would assume. Did he just suddenly begin to suck or something? What the no, he's always been a clown. These stupid voters keep voting for this shit. They love it. Something about it, they love it. I don't even understand it. He looks like a fucking vampire or something. He looks like he should be in fucking Twilight or some shit. It's like a villain. He looks like a fucking villain from a movie. That's what he looks like. Who votes for that shit? They're like, Trump looks like a villain. No, he doesn't. Trump does not. I don't get a villain vibe off Trump. I don't see him as like a villain. Like he's evil. Gavin Newsom looks like just a slimy piece of shit. Like a real slimy guy. Gavin Newsom looks like the type of guy. Like, I don't think Trump will fuck your wife. I don't think he'll try to fuck your wife. I don't think Trump into shit like that. Gavin Newsom will. I think he did that. I'm pretty sure Gavin Newsom did that already. He did some shit where he fucked somebody's wife or some shit. That's some evil shit. When you're going after all the women in the world, like you're Gavin Newsom, right? Decent looking guy. You can get a woman. He's going after motherfuckers' wives. It's some crazy shit. Because you know there's all kinds of pussy coming after. All kinds of pussy. He's going after the wives. Because there's something about it. There's an evilness to it. You know, you're getting off on it. You're like, hey, I'm not just going to go fuck some random woman. I'm going to go fuck somebody's wife or girlfriend. That's what I'm into. I love it. But you voted for Gavin. You put him in. This woman had to leave her son to die in a fire. Her 32-year-old. So I think some people are getting confused. The dude was 32. I don't know why they're using a picture of him as a kid. I don't have no idea. I don't know what the fuck we're doing there. It seems like some manipulation. It just seems. This is what the media does right here. Like they put. It's bad enough story. Like it's bad enough, but they put a picture of him when he was like 12, and it's like, why? Like if I died tomorrow in some type of crazy thing that was crazy enough to be on the news. Should they show a picture of me when I was fucking 12 or 8 years old or some shit? Does that make any fucking sense? No, it doesn't. So whoever did this is trying to fucking manipulate. Whoever News First 10 is fucking with your head. Because some people are going to see it and go, damn, she left that little boy. Because I see people going, why didn't she pick him up and carry him out? There's a full grown ass man. Some old lady with a broken arm gonna carry out a grown ass 32-year-old man. Get a fucking grip. No, they think it's some little boy. And she left a little boy in there to die. And they're like, she couldn't carry him? She couldn't pick him up? Like, what kind of shit? And he's fucking blind. He can't fucking move. Imagine that. You're blind, you can't fucking move, and you just catch, just fucking house burns down, you die. Whole place just burns. You burn, it all burns. What's that like? You're just laying there waiting for the fire to hit your ass. You don't even know where it is. You can't even run from the fire. You can't even get away from it. Can't move, can't see it. Guess you can feel it, but it's probably hot as fuck all around you. And then Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is a clown, though. But you voted for him. You voted for this fucking clown. This clown. I don't even understand how he wins elections. I don't even understand it. He's doing podcasts. This motherfucker went in the middle of this and did a podcast to dispel misinformation. It's like, bro, the shit is still on fire. It ain't like the fire's put out. Now you're trying to do damage control and blah, blah, blah. The fire's still going, man. It's still burning out of control. And then you got lunatics still trying to start fires and shit. Illegal alien with a blowtorch running around. It's insane. He's on a fucking podcast. And then they're saying, hey, I mean, this is some slimy shit, these Democrats, because they was taking donations for the fire victims, but they were doing it through their little Democrat fucking fundraising thing. And so they're taking 4% of that. So the money, you said, they take 4% of it and put it in their little pocket. And people are like, well, damn, that's some shady ass shit. And then the guy's like, all the proceeds are going to be donated to. Show me a receipt. I don't believe you. Show me the fucking receipt, because I don't believe it. I don't believe it one bit. But he's on a podcast, Gavin Newsom. He's a terrible politician. Like, how does he win? This guy would never be president. The fact that people were saying he might run in 2028. Huh. He's out of his fucking mind if he runs now. He should resign. That is the correct move to make here. The correct move is to say, look, fuck. We didn't clear the brush. We didn't get Trump told him, remember that whole thing? Where Trump told him to take a broom out there, sweep them fucking branches, and leave the shit up. And they laughed, thought it was funny. He was serious. Get your ass out there. See, this is the thing. This is the problem with this generation. Is there a bunch of dorks? So when somebody says some real shit, like, how are we going to stop these fires? And dude's like, well, we need to get out here and pick all this shit up off the ground, I guess. And then they look around, these pussy-ass liberals will look around and they go, God damn, we can't pick all this shit up. That's crazy. It's not, though. It's really not. Get your ass out there and start picking it up, motherfucker. It's not even that crazy. It's a lot of work, but you're gonna have to get out there and do some work, motherfucker. And this is the consequences of not getting out there and doing that fucking work. The whole place burns to the fucking ground because you're lazy. At the end of the day, that's what it is. It's Trump said some real shit, and they were like, "Oh, you can't do that. That's crazy. You can't go out there and pick up the limbs and cut trees down." Yes, you can. People do it all the fucking time. You're gonna have to go out there and do that. Get off your ass and do it. No, that's fucking crazy. No, we ain't doing it. And then the whole place burns down. And then they're like, what? What's... I don't understand. I don't get it. The fucking insurance companies literally pulled out of the fucking state and they said, because they weren't clearing the shit. They were just letting it build up and they weren't doing nothing about it. And they said there's going to be a fire and it's going to burn the whole fucking place. Then we can't afford that. It's like, one guy's house burns down. I got insurance with it. Every house in the whole fucking place burnt to the ground. You understand that? So they're not gonna fucking no. They left. They left before it burnt down. They seen it coming. Then Gavin Newsom. This is typical liberal shit. I'm gonna force them to stay. You can't do that, dumb fuck. Why don't you just pick up the fuck? Oh, you don't even gotta worry about it now. It all burnt. So all that bullshit burnt now. See, Mother Nature's gonna handle it. If you don't, this ain't climate change. This is just reality. Mother Nature's gonna burn through all that shit. That's gonna clear it up. It's gone now. It's ashes now. All that dead wood and them branches and all them leaves and shit, that's all burnt up now, gone. It's going to be cleared one way or another. Now you can get your ass out there with a rake and a fucking trash bag, and you can. I'm sure there's some big machines you can use too. You don't have to get out there with a fucking rake. You're taking all these tax dollars. They should have. This is the problem with government right here. They should have state of the art shit. All the taxes they be putting on people, as expensive it is. They should have the best equipment in the world to clear them branches and shit up. Should be no excuse for this shit. Got plenty of money to pay somebody to go out there and fucking do it. It's a lot of work. Yeah, fuck yeah, it is. So you're going to have to pay somebody a lot of goddamn money. Hey, why don't you send them fucking illegals out there and have them pick it up? I'm sure they'll do it for a little bit cheaper. You got all these illegals. That's the problem right there. Got all these illegals. They can't even, you think they could get the forest cleaned up. They can't even do that. All these hard-working illegal aliens that come here and do the jobs Americans don't want to do. Well, nobody apparently wants to pick the branches and the leaves and shit up and cut the dead trees down. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody out there wants to do it. So it all burnt. And your little house burnt too. Because it's made of wood too. You think the fire was just going to get to your neighborhood and go, well, fuck, we burned all the trees and shit. Burn all these branches and shit. Now what? I'll just call... We're plowing right on ahead. All these fucking houses. All kinds of wood here to burn. And they didn't have water. These people are the fucking biggest clowns in the world. Now they're sitting there on Twitter. They're going, well, we did have water. And everybody's like, no, you didn't. I mean, enough. Quit lying. And then they're like, all right, well, Tennessee had the same problem in 2016. What kind of argument is that, by the way? What kind of fucking argument is that? Yeah, this happened in Tennessee in 2016. Okay, who gives a shit? What the fuck are you talking about? Well, nobody gave Tennessee any shit about. Well, why didn't the hydrants have water in it? See, I haven't looked into it enough. I'm supposed to trust some lying ass liberal who's desperate to make a point. Instead of calling out their corrupt Incompetent leadership. I mean, I see him sitting on Twitter going, "Where's the GOP at?" I seen some dumb bitch. Where's the tweet? Where's the GOP? It's like, bitch, what? They don't run California, you fucking dumb bitch. Who types this stupid shit? These people are retarded. I don't know, it's here somewhere. Oh, right here. Dumbass. Not this guy. Art Candy. Let me get this straight. Mexico is sending firefighters to help California. Canada has sent firefighters to help California. Where the fuck is the GOP? What the f- Well, you don't vote for them. What are they supposed to do? I'm pretty sure Republican governors have been sending firefighters too. I'm pretty sure that's happened. So, I mean, you see the dumb 2.1 million views, 57,000 likes for one of the dumbest fucking tweets I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's dumb as shit. And they're blaming Trump. It's Trump's fault somehow. Somehow, all of this fire is Trump's fault because he didn't take climate change serious. I mean, these people are retarded, bro. That's their argument. Well, Trump didn't take climate change serious when he was president, and that's led to this. Like, what? That's directly responsible for what has happened. And people are making good. See, people are starting to like. Liberals are getting hit hard like every day. They are done. I'm telling you. Like you're seeing the death of Democrats. There's going to be a new party eventually because they're. It's just done. It's just done. I see people now saying, well, we know, I see liberals saying this. We know climate change is real and we need to prepare for it. We should have water and we should have these things prepared. We should be ready because we know there's going to be these crazy fires and we know. So we got to get ahead of it. We should be managing the forest and shit. And then they're like, because see, they want somebody to go, well, climate change isn't even fucking real, so who gives a shit? So they can argue about that all day. Now they got people going, well, climate change is real. We got to take it serious. We should go out and pick the branches and shit up. They really don't want to pick them damn branches up. That's what this really is. They're lazy motherfuckers. They don't want to go out there. Well, hey, yeah, you're gonna get paid. Go clear the fucking branches. But it ain't gonna be enough. It ain't gonna be enough. It's never enough. It's never enough. We're gonna give you 15 an hour to go pick them branches up. You called that a living wage. And it probably was where you fucked the economy up. Eggs went up another 30 cents, by the way. I went to the Dollar General. Eggs were $5.29. I remember when the eggs were 80 cents there. 80. Trump was president. This wasn't even that long ago. Like this was another time or some shit. This was when Trump was president. Them eggs in that store, same fucking store, was 80 fucking cents. You realize that? 80 fucking cents for a dozen eggs. Those same eggs are now $5.29. If you voted for Biden, you don't get to say shit to me no more. Shut the fuck up. You don't know anything. I don't want to hear you talk about the economy. I keep hearing about these economists. Smokey, the economist, the economist. All these economists and their great advice led to $5.29 egg. So fuck off. I don't care. I don't want to hear no more about it. I don't want to hear their expert opinion because they've been wrong. They said Joe Biden was great. Yeah, they tell me right now the economy's great. These great economists. That's how I know they're bullshit because they keep telling me everything's great, and I'm like, well, it's clearly not. Something is wrong here. Inflation is down, and inflation's under control, and I'm like, eggs just went up 30 cents. I just seen it. I did. They were. You got the eggs at the Dollar General. They're $5.29 now. Then the eggs where I work, they were $4.9. No, they were $3.99. Now they're $4.29. Just went up. Price of eggs went up. Those eggs used to be 80 cents, a dollar. Sometimes go on sale for 75 cents. Ain't no price gouge, and that ain't how it works. They don't want to charge crazy prices. See, that's what I'm saying. These motherfuckers don't even work in a fucking. That's what I was trying to explain to that guy, and he went running for the hills. He's like, I'm getting ganged up on. It's a fucking Twitter space. Like, people are such fags. Like, other people join in, and they're saying retarded shit. Which is the whole reason I'm in here arguing with him anyway, because I know he's a retard. He keeps saying retarded shit, so I'm gonna make fun of him. It's just easy. He's fucking retard. And now other people join in and go, goddamn, this guy's a retard. And instead of just going, man, I must be saying some real dumb shit because everybody's just clowning me. Like, damn, I must be wrong about this. It's like, no, no, no. I'm getting ganged up on. Kept kept going on about price gouge, and it's like, nah, man. Stores are competing with each other. They want the cheapest prices they can get because that's ultimately what people go to the store for. That's not the only reason people will go to the store, but people want the cheaper it is, the better. I mean, price gouging. Does every company remember what I said to him? I said, so every company's in on it. They've all conspired. Like, it's a big conspiracy. Like, they call everybody conspiracy theorists, but then they come up with these grand conspiracies themselves. Where every food corporation and every grocery store has aligned in secret to gouge the price of literally every item in the store. Now, every company, not just the grocery stores, but all these companies have to participate in this as well. You don't think they're going to be calling up the store? Goddamn, why you got my product so high? Goddamn, nobody's buying this shit. You got to lower that price. What the fuck are you doing? You ain't supposed to be selling it for that. Come on. People don't even understand how business works. I don't even get it. And why weren't they doing that 4 years ago? Why haven't they always done that? Yeah, prices go up, but it's because of you motherfuckers and the idiots you vote for. That's what it is. That's what causing it. They used to sell a lot of this shit for a quarter and shit. You're devaluing the dollar and you're fucking everything up. That's what it is. They just decided, well, used to sell a Coke for 25 cents, now I'll sell it for $2. Now, what makes more sense? Every company is price gouging. All of them. They're all doing it. Or you're devaluing the currency and you're fucking everything up with your inflation and you're a bunch of retards that don't know what you're doing. God, what makes more sense? What's a more reasonable thing to think? You're retarded and incompetent and masquerading as some type of expert when you're really not. Or every company in the goddamn country has collaborated in a grand conspiracy to price gouge us. Huh. I wonder what it could be. That's a tough one, boy. That's a tough one to figure out. What could it be? What seems more plausible? You're a dumbass, or it's a grand conspiracy of all corporations, all of them. Gasoline, everything. It all, just every single one of them just said, fuck it. We're going to, gas price going to go up, the fucking food price. You're telling me there wasn't one corporation that said, we're not going to do that. We're just going to keep it where we're at. We're doing fine. That's what we sell it for. People buy it. It's great. You don't think that hurts business to keep jacking the price of an item up? You don't think that there are some people that just go, I'm not buying that no more? Like, I haven't been to McDonald's in months because they jacked their prices up to the point where it was like, the whole point of going to McDonald's is you can get like a whole breakfast for $3. Now, that same breakfast, like $6, $7. What's the point? Let's go somewhere way better. There's better places to go for the same price. McDonald's lost its fucking mind. Now, did McDonald's destroy itself to get profit? I mean, what the fuck? But one of McDonald's big things in its marketing was, hey, you can get this for $1. They had $1 menu. And they decided to get rid of that just to gouge the fuck out of people and make some temporary money. That doesn't even make sense. The only way that makes sense is if you think that the people that run these businesses are just incompetent, evil motherfuckers. And I think that it's actually the government it's not the CEO of McDonald's that's an incompetent clown, because when you're an incompetent clown and you're the CEO of McDonald's, they fucking get rid of your ass. When you're in a business and you're costing a company money, they get rid of your dumb ass. When you're in the government, you're a piece of shit. They just keep voting for you. These dumb fucks keep re-electing you. It's weird. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't work like that at a job, bro. You don't just keep fucking up and being a piece of shit failure, and then they just go, oh yeah, fuck it, promote them. Most places doesn't work like that. Now McDonald's just said, fuck the dollar menu. You're gonna get rid of that for nothing. Just to gouge our customers and piss everybody off. Why? No, it wasn't a choice they made, you stupid fucking people. It was just something they had to do. Because you voted for Biden and you locked yourself in your house for 2 years and you're lunatics. And it may never go back down. Maybe the damage is irreversible. Maybe there's nothing that can be done about it. And you'll say, well, I thought Trump was going to get this done and get that. But you told me for 4 years that everything was fine and the prices didn't go up and inflation was under control. Like, now you're suddenly going to go, look at the price of eggs. Now you want to talk about the price of eggs. Oh, wow. By the way, Joe Biden's still the fucking president. So talk about the price of eggs. It's not like Trump is in power. I see people going, I thought Trump was going to get the prices down. I seen one dude the other day say that. I was like, what the fuck? He's not even president yet. They're like, I thought he was going to end the war by now. He said he'd end the war even before he was sworn in. And it's like the war that you've been egging on for 4 years. You're mad that it's not. You're giving Trump shit that he hasn't been able to get that. As Joe Biden escalates it, you're confused. Like, what the fuck? Hyped it up for 4 years. Couldn't stop talking about it. We gotta save Ukraine. I seen Lazinski said he gonna send some firefighters over there. I don't know why that's funny to me, but it is. Why is he sending firefighters? It's weird. Aren't you battling for your fucking life? Like, how do you even have men left to fight fires? Like, you've sent them all to die in a fucking war for what? Motherfucker should have surrendered to Putin day one. That's the reality. He has no business. It's just some fucking comedian guy from Ukraine. It's the fucking now he runs Ukraine. And he's like, yeah, we're gonna fight Russia. And then they brag, they're like, hey, we've been fighting them for like a year plus now, you see? They ain't so tough. And it's like, bro, you just been throwing motherfuckers into a meat grinder for a fucking year. You ain't done nothing. You ain't done shit. And if you didn't have Joe Biden and all this shit, it'd have been over a long time ago. They've thrown all this money and all these men at it, and they think they've made some progress. You ain't made no progress. And it is, in a way, sad that the war won't continue because eventually some of you would have had to go fight this war. And you would have got what you fucking deserved for cheering it on for years. And we could have watched as you panicked and said, what is this? What is going on? And maybe we'll still get our wish. Maybe we'll see you sent to the war maybe there is no stopping it. Hell, maybe Joe Biden will set off a nuke before he leaves. Wouldn't that be some shit? Wouldn't that be something? He just said, I just wanted to fire one off. Fuck it. I don't even think they'd actually. If Joe Biden ordered a nuclear strike, I don't even think anybody would do it. I don't think they'd even like. That's how like he has no power whatsoever. No power at all. Like he's just some old man, and they will him out here or there. It's sad. Like he doesn't even call Putin. Remember when he was bragging about that? Like I didn't even talk to him. Like what? That's the thing about Trump. Like he calls these motherfuckers up on the phone. It ain't no like fucking stupid bullshit. Like oh, I'm not gonna talk to him. We're at war. I'm not gonna call. Trump calls these motherfuckers and says, "What the fuck is going on?" Joe Biden can't even call him though. My God, imagine the president of the United States can't even call or negotiate anything. Who do you think's been calling trying to do anything? Some clown. Who's that one? Who's that Secretary of Defense clown? He's been calling. They've been laughing at him. Kamala? Like, if Trump calls these motherfuckers up, they gonna answer the phone. They gonna take it serious. This stupid bull. They're still trying to push this bullshit. They're like, nobody takes Trump serious. He's a laughing stock of the world. Like, bro, let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you right now, your rhetoric. You take Trump. You told me Trump is Hitler. He's going to take over. He's going to put you in a camp and everything. Now he's a laughing stock. We're not supposed to take him serious. Like, which is it? Because you've been telling me he's going to fucking kill you. Oh my God, that reminds me. You got to see this fucking video. You got to see this shit. God, where is it? This motherfucker paranoid as hell. I know I bookmarked it. Right here.
I need to tell you something. You're not going to necessarily like this. Some of you need to leave. You need to leave. You need to leave the United States. You don't have months. Some of you might have weeks. Maybe. Some of you have spent the last 2 months pretending like this is not happening, like it's not coming, but it is coming. America is about to become a Christian nationalist fascist dictatorship. And some of you have been waiting for other people to stop this from happening. But it's happening. A lot of people got a lot of views telling you that something was going to stop this, or Congress was going to stop this, or the courts were going to stop this, and it wasn't going to happen. But it is going to happen. Trump will become the president on the 20th. And it's not necessarily Trump that you should be worried about. It is the people around Trump that you need to be worried about. These people have lists. These people have agendas. These people have enemies. Some of you are enemies. And some of you need to leave. There are people of political power who have millions of dollars, have good lawyers, and those good lawyers told them, you need to leave. At least for inauguration. Go out of the country. You need to leave. The thing is, by the time you realize that you have to leave, by the time you realize that you have to leave now, you may not be able to. You know, ostensibly we talk about the border wall and the border closing and closing the border, and it's easy to sort of imagine that that's just to prevent bad people from getting in, or quote-unquote bad people from getting in. But the wall, the border, whatever you want to call it, is also going to prevent you from leaving. And if it doesn't, countries are not going to take former American citizens in 2 years or in 3 years when things are really, really bad. The logic is just self-fulfilling. If we mass deport people, those countries are not going to take. Those countries are not going to voluntarily say, "Oh, hey, Americans who don't want to be there anymore, come on over." It's not going to happen. So if you have a feeling that you're not going to be safe, or you're an immigrant, or you're gay, or you're a woman, and you feel like the worst part of your gut that's telling you you have to go is actually telling you the truth, you need to start looking at that now. I know that it's very hard and can be very expensive, and there are people who can't afford to leave, but you need to try to figure a way out. Not everyone needs to leave, but some of us need to leave.
Some of y'all need to get the fuck out of here before it's too late. That motherfucker's lost his mind. Oh, and we're taking Greenland too. Keep laughing about it.
Vi vil ikke være danskere, vi vil ikke være amerikanere, vi vil selvfølgelig være grønlændere. Og selvfølgelig er det den grønlandske folk, som bestemmer deres fremtid. Det tror jeg, der er en fælles forståelse for. Og at bygge frem til det, er også det, som alle burde have respekt for. Og selvfølgelig, der er mange ting, som der foregår i verden. Det er en foranderlig verden. For 3-4 år siden har vi nok ikke troet, at vi var her. Og det er problemstillinger, vi har i dag, ikke var gældende.
Har du været i kontakt med Donald Trump, den kommende amerikanske præsident?
Nej, men vi er klar til at snakke sammen. Jeg tror, vi begge to er klar til at øge dialogen og række ud, og dermed også snakke om de ting, der samler os i den verden. Vi vil ikke være danskere, vi vil ikke være amerikanere, vi vil selvfølgelig være grønlændere. Og selvfølgelig er det den grønlandske folk, som bestemmer deres fremtid. Det tror jeg, der er en fælles forståelse for.
Trump's gonna take Greenland. Gonna buy Greenland. This motherfucker said we gotta get independence from these clowns. We gotta get away from these dorks. This is what happens when you vote for fucking Gavin Newsom. This is what you get. Ah, that fucking Red Baron. That Red Baron in the oven, hot. It's hot in that oven. About as hot as that city. Look at this shit. I'm queer in a dress. What is going on? Oh, they're shutting the Walgreens down. Because y'all won't quit stealing from it.
No, we need this. This is the closest pharmacy.
Remember, it was only 2 months ago when a car rammed into the front entrance of this location. Construction crews at the time said it was an unsuccessful attempt at breaking into the ATM and part of a concerning trend in the Bay Area.
It's disheartening, to say the least, yeah.
In a statement, Walgreens called the closures necessary and said increased regulatory and reimbursement pressures are weighing on our ability to cover the costs associated with rent, staffing, and supply needs. Although the company made no mention of crime or shoplifting as the reason, neighbors say they see it all the time.
I mean, I get it. I've seen horrible things happen in here. Like people stealing things, just coming in with bags and just going into their bag. I've seen kids, I've seen homeless people doing it, I've seen people that seem like they don't need to be doing it.
The Potrero Hill location is the same one, tied to a major Walgreens crime spree over the span of several months last year, which resulted in the arrests of 8 suspects,
I predicted the
some
fire.
as
That's
young
why
as
I made
12
it. I
years
knew there
old.
was some fire
San
coming.
Francisco police said the group is accused of committing 23 thefts over 4 months, stealing more than $84,000 in Walgreens merchandise.
We need this.
Fits now.
We need this. We need this, just in case we don't feel good and we want to send our kids down to get toilet paper, soap, all that good stuff.
You ain't gonna get it at Walgreens because you won't quit fucking stealing it. So now you ain't getting it.
to confront a very complicated and with these fires still burning, we are facing important questions about how to mitigate and prevent disasters like this in the future. Fact is, leaders will need to confront a very complicated and challenging reality moving forward. But right now, that is not exactly what is happening. Instead, Donald Trump and his allies are injecting half-truths, misinformation, and flat-out lies in some cases in order to score a version of political points, I suppose. We saw something similar play out just this past October in the aftermath of Hurricanes Helene and Milton, when Trump repeatedly lied about FEMA spending disaster relief funds on migrants, which didn't happen. Also baselessly claiming that the Biden administration was absent and incompetent in delivering aid, despite what elected officials of both parties on the ground said. Those lies were then spread and amplified by the richest man in the world on the social media site that he owns. So I guess none of us should have been shocked this week when Elon Musk posted that the Los Angeles Fire Department prioritized DEI over saving lives and homes. That's an exact quote. That appeared to be a disgusting dig at the city's fire chief, Kristen Crowley, who has served in the department for decades, rising through the ranks to become the first female and LGBTQ fire chief in LA's history. Musk also amplified a post this week from conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. Yes, that guy. He's still around. Alex Jones wrote that Los Angeles fires are part of a larger globalist plot to wage economic warfare and deindustrialize the United States before triggering total collapse. I mean, not sure that guy's okay. Musk responded to that post by writing, true. Yes, just to repeat here. That's just the richest man in the world and the best friend of the incoming president, confirming to his 200 million followers that he thinks the devastating wildfires are a part of a globalist plot. And so now we're back in this vicious cycle where Trump and his new bestie push lies about a natural disaster, and then right-wing media runs with them.
I'll say it out loud. They have no intention of putting out these fires.
All these people are focused on pronouns and fish you can't eat and, scrubbing white people from the fire department.
DEI, as Elon Musk said, can actually mean DIE.
In the events like this, you sort of look, well, is it on purpose? I can make all kinds of horrible theories up in my head, conspiracy theories and everything else, but it just seemed a little convenient that there was no water and and that the wind conditions were right and that there are people ready and willing and able to start fires. And are they commissioned to do so, or are they just acting on their own volition? I don't know.
That's a conspiracy theorist playing it all out on TV and nobody questioning him.
You're fucking questioning him right now. What are you talking about? She's mad that he gets to say that. Get over it, bitch. Get over it, you dumb bitch. Stupid bitch. Oh, here's Gavin Newsom.
You're here with us on Meet the Press to announce a new executive order. What is this executive order? What are you hoping to accomplish?
Look, we've got to be thinking 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years ahead. At the same time, we're focusing on the immediacy, which is life safety and property. And so that's exactly what we're doing with disaster assistance, making sure people are getting their applications, addressing the issue of fraud. And that's an issue we've got to address, price gouging. So executive orders on price gouging, recovery. We want to get inspections, units like this. We want to get our inspection teams out here. They're already starting to get out here. We've come up with some timelines so we can get within the next few weeks all that done so people can get their insurance claims. We can then start the big contracts to remove the debris, to address all the hazmat issues. Same time as I got to button up the canyons here as it relates to potential flooding with a lot of atmospheric rivers. Remember, we're in the middle of winter. This is January. In fact, the day of this fire, not a stone's throw away as the crow flies, there was snow right up the mountain here, the same day as this devastating fire here in Altadena. And so all those things have to happen concurrently. But here's the big thing. I'm worried about issues of rebuilding as it relates to scarcity, as it relates to property taxes, meaning scarcity of resources, materials, personnel. I'm worried about time to getting these projects done. And so we want to fast track by eliminating any CEQA requirements. I've got coastal Act changes that we're making. I want to make sure when someone rebuilds that they have their old property tax assessments and that they're not increased. So all of that's been done in the executive order we just announced.
This is gonna be a
CEQA
shit
governor and
show.
the coastal
It'll
act are
still
both
be sitting
environmental
empty like
regulations. And if you're
fucking
going to be
5
suspending
years
those
later.
temporarily,
That whole
are
fucking
you
area will be just.
concerned about problems that may result from the suspension of those environmental regulations and a potential abuse by developers?
Yeah, we're not going to, and within this executive order, we frame those abuses. We basically bookmark that in the context
As
of
if this guy's
maintaining
gonna suddenly.
the
I mean, he's gonna
existing
get it done.
footprints.
This is gonna be
The Coastal
fast.
Act, they allowed
We're
us
gonna
to
clear
target
his shit
that area.
out. We're gonna get
So
all
we're
this
going to be
done.
very mindful
We
of
ain't
that.
fucking around.
California leads the nation in environmental stewardship. I'm not going to give that up. But one thing I won't give into is delay. Delay is denial for people. Lives, traditions, places, torn apart, torn asunder, families, schools, community centers, churches. You've seen it. The number of schools that have been lost in this community, and we've got to let people know we have their back. We're going to be back. We're going to do it efficiently and effectively. Don't turn your back. Don't walk away because we want you to come back, rebuild, and rebuild with higher quality building standards, more modern standards. And we want to make sure that the associated costs with that are not disproportionate, especially in a middle-class community like this.
This dude is done. They ain't getting that shit built. They ain't doing nothing. Too busy on TV.
To your understanding, why did some of those, or so many of those fire hydrants simply run dry? Was there something to do with that 117 million gallon reservoir in the Palisades that was out of operation? What's your understanding? What's your initial read on this?
Well, my initial take, and I certainly want a full review of this so that I can form a more complete understanding of the matter. But my initial understanding is the reservoirs that the Palisades were drawing on, these 3 million gallon reservoirs, were full at the initiation of these fires. But they're intended, frankly, they have the capacity to put out homes that maybe house multiple houses, not if the whole town is up in flames. And most particularly not if the winds are so strong that aircraft can't fly. And this was the problem in the very beginning. The winds were hurricane force, up to 100 miles an hour winds. You can't fly in that, and you depend on being able to do water drops to put down those kind of flames. And I have to think there are probably hundreds of towns in California, thousands and thousands across the country that are in equally the same position, that if they had 100-mile-an-hour winds and a lot of dry fuel, they wouldn't have any more water than this community did. We also have...
My God. It was windy. It was... There's just nothing we could have done. Whole place burned to the ground. There's just nothing we could have done. Don't you understand? It was windy out there. Well, one thing you could have done is deported this illegal alien that was running around with a blowtorch setting shit on fire. You could have deported him. Might have stopped one fire. I don't know. I've done something. You know, who knows who started that fire? Do fires just start? Out in the middle of the forest somewhere, fire just randomly starts? Really? That happens? No, I feel like people are starting these fucking fires. That makes more sense than it was just just a fire just happened to, the forest just burst into flames. It's the craziest shit you've ever seen in your life. The forest burst into flames. The sun reflected off a rock and the whole woods went up and it burned the whole town to, I don't know if I buy that. Somebody started this fire, burnt the whole fucking town down. And it was probably just some crazed lunatic. Because y'all let crazy fucking lunatics roam the streets. Oh, look at him. Look at this guy. Look at it. Look at this.
Regarding the pardon, yeah, I put in the application for a presidential pardon because I believe that Joe Biden has the same responsibility to me that he had to his own son. And I would expect that the same exact pardon that he gave his son has to go to me and to anybody else that's on that enemies list, whether they want it or not. Because I assure you, solitary confinement where I did 51 days sucks.
Michael Cohen, I believe wholeheartedly that the solitary confinement was just a terrible experience for you. And I think your point about the enemies, the proverbial enemies list, right, is a good one. I wonder, have you heard anything back from the administration? It is my understanding that two things. The administration, one, is not going to give a pardon to anybody that doesn't want one. So folks who have prominently gone out and said, I do not want a pardon, the president is not going to issue a pardon to people that don't want one. But two,
they'll change their mind when they're sitting behind closed doors. That I can assure you, they're going to kick themselves in the backside for that one.
I think hindsight will always be 20/20. I guess my question is, have you heard from the Biden administration? And I am struck by your comparing yourself and Hunter Biden. And I wonder if, well, I'm going to just tell you, Michael Cohen, we're on national TV, we have a conversation. I don't necessarily think that's your best way to go get a pardon. I mean, Hunter Biden is the president's last surviving son. But your other point, why I do think is a strong one.
I'm somebody's son also, by the way.
Agreed. You are somebody's son. But I mean, to be very clear, you're not the president's son.
What is going on? He begging. What did he do? He committed crimes. He's on TV begging Joe Biden for a pardon. Please, Joe. They gonna put me away, Joe. They gonna put me in prison. I hope Trump puts his ass back in. Maybe he was in prison. Hopefully Trump puts his ass back in prison. This is the same one.
Over the course of the next several years, Los Angeles will be host to the World Cup and then the Super Bowl and then the Olympics. With this rebuilding effort needing to take place, is LA going to be ready for all of those global events?
My humble position, and it's not just being naively optimistic, that only reinforces the imperative of moving quickly, doing in the spirit of collaboration and cooperation. President of the United States, Donald Trump, to his credit, was helpful in getting the Olympics to the United States of America, to get it down here in LA, and we thank him for that. This is an opportunity for him to shine, for this country to shine, for California and this community to shine. The opportunity with all of that and all that opportunity and that pride and spirit that comes from not just hosting those three iconic games and venues, but also the opportunity, I think, to rebuild at the same time. And that's why we're already organizing a Marshall Plan. We already have a team of looking and reimagining LA 2.0, and we're making sure everyone's included, not just the folks on the coast, people here that were ravaged by this disaster.
You just said you're organizing a Marshall Plan for the rebuilding of California. What is that Marshall Plan? Tell us about this Marshall Plan.
We're just starting to lay out. I mean, we're still fighting these fires. So we're already talking to city leaders. We're already talking to civic leaders. We're already talking to business leaders and nonprofits. We're talking to labor leaders. We're starting to organize how we can put together a collection of individuals on philanthropy for recovery, how we can organize the region, how we can make sure that we are seeking federal assistance for the Olympics more broadly, but also federal assistance for the recovery efforts, and how we can galvanize the community with folks that love this community.
Move the Olympics.
To really develop a mindset so that
we're not going to do them there.
We're dealing with the scope of this tragedy and responding to it at scale with efficiency, like the executive order I talked about, time value of delivering projects, addressing building
codes,
addressing
and
permitting
shit.
issues, and moving forward to rebuilding and being more resilient.
This clown needs to resign. That's what that guy should say. Why don't you resign? Why don't you have some fucking respect and resign? respect for this goddamn state and get the fuck out of here. Because you have killed people. That woman had to let her son burn to death because of motherfuckers like you and your incompetence. Because you couldn't go out there with a fucking rake and pick some leaves up. You're a fucking joke. Get the fuck out. Mars, you got a Marshall Plan. You need to marshal your ass out of here. What a fucking joke. Where can I watch the full interview of him? I bet there's more of it. What's that guy kicking? What was that?
Holy shit.
No, I ain't got no pallet. Time that guy out. Put him in timeout for asking some dumb shit. Get him out of here. Put his ass in the corner where he belongs. I want him in a corner. Time that man out. Hey, time that man out. What's next for Gavin is prison, hopefully. Life in prison. Rotting in a cell for the rest of his life. That's what I hope for. You probably want him to be your fucking president, though. Okay. What the hell is it? What the fuck is this? Where can I hear more of Gavin Newsom? Look at him. He be taking photo ops in it.
Cleaned out and protected. You got to take care of the floors. You know, the floors of the forests. Very important. You look at other countries where they do it differently, and it's a whole different story. I was with the president of Finland, and he said, we have a much different, we're a forest nation. He called it a forest nation. And they spend a lot of time on raking and cleaning and doing things, and they don't have any problem. And when it is, it's a very small problem. So I know everybody's looking at that, to that end, and it's going to work out. It's cleaned out and protected. You got to take care of the floor.
I tell you. Trash out there with a rake and do some leaf up. Doug, would you be willing to take a rake and get your ass out there and get them leaves up to prevent further destruction?
believe that federal aid should be provided to California for as long as it takes.
Well, it's very sad because I've been trying to get Gavin Newsom to allow water to come. You'd have tremendous water up there. They send it out to the Pacific because they're trying to protect a tiny little fish, which is in other areas, by the way, called the smelt. And for the sake of a smelt, they have no water. They had no water in the fire hydrants.
Look at that guy next to him staring at him.
Terrible thing.
Staring right. Look at that.
And we're going to get that done. It's going to finally be done. I got it done from the federal side, and he didn't want to sign it, but it's not going to happen again like that. There's no reason. Can you imagine? You have farmers that don't have any water in California. They have plenty of water. They don't have a drought. They send it out to the Pacific, and it's crazy. So what's happening in California is a true tragedy. I know those areas very well. I have many friends living in those houses. That is a true tragedy. Nobody ever thought. I mean, virtually Beverly Hills and areas around Beverly Hills are being decimated. The biggest homes, some of the most valuable homes in the world are just destroyed. I don't even know. You know, you talk about a tax base. If those people leave, you're going to lose half your tax base of California. This is a true tragedy, and it's a mistake of the governor, and you could say the administration. They don't have any water. They didn't have water in the fire hydrants. They don't have water. And yet they have, the water comes from, you know where? Up north. And it comes down at levels, they give millions and millions of barrels of gallons of water that they have, and they send it out into the Pacific. For the Pacific, it's like a drop. It's nothing. But for California, it would take care of the whole state. So what's happened is a tragedy, and the governor has not done a good job. With that being said, I got along well with him when he was governor. We worked together very well, and we would work together. I guess it looks like we're going to be the one having to rebuild it. But what happened there, I don't think there's anything that I've ever seen quite like it. And the insurance companies are going to have a big problem because you're talking about big, big dollars.
He did cut the budget. It's all true. You're the one spreading misinformation.
I ask you, we've got to deal with this misinformation. There were hurricane force winds of mis and disinformation, lies. People want to divide this country, and we're going to have to address that as well. And it breaks my heart as people are suffering and struggling that we're up against those hurricane forces as well. And that's just a point of personal privilege that I share that with you because it infects real people that are out there, people I meet every single day, people the mayor's been meeting with, and they're having conversations that are not the typical conversations you'd have at this time. And you wonder where this stuff comes from. And it's very damaging as well. But we're here to get the job done. I ask you, we've got to deal with this misinformation. There were hurricane force.
I mean, they're crying their ass off that people are telling the truth about them. And they can't hide it. Keep crying. Keep fucking crying.
These dams are coming down, and it's about damn time. Governor Kate Brown, Governor Gavin Newsom, U.S. Secretary of Interior Deb Haaland, and tribal leaders all coming together to celebrate the world's largest dam removal along the Klamath River Thursday. The groups meeting at Iron Gate Fish Hatchery in Hornbrook. Last month, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission issued the final approval of the historic plan to remove 4 dams on the Klamath River in California and Oregon. The decision is a culmination of years of work on the project's licensee, PacifiCorp, Pacific Power's parent company, on the parts of Oregon and California, and several state and local agencies, along with several tribes.
The folks out there that exercised your leadership every single day, that dialectic that we had throughout this process, where you expected and demanded more. You expressed that at times, and sometimes it was uncomfortable. Other times it was absolutely justifiable. I just want to thank you for making this moment possible.
The Klamath Basin watershed covers 9.4 million acres, an area larger than 9 U.S. states. Leaders of the Klamath, Yurok, and Karuk tribes attended Thursday. The tribes say the project will revitalize nearly 400 miles of the Klamath River and its tributaries, hoping to help restore river health and fish populations.
Somebody built that a long time ago. They had a reason they built that. That's what these dumb motherfuckers don't seem to understand. There was a reason they built that. They had a reason. And you're going to find out what the fuck that reason was eventually. You're going to find out. You're going to go, oh, okay. I wish I'd have known that before I tore these dams down. You'll say, well, damn. That's what you'll say. You dumb motherfuckers voted for it. Some of them didn't even build it. They don't give a fuck about you people. They're not doing shit for you.
This is just incredible mismanagement, incredibly poor leadership. I would go so far as to say that it's criminally negligent, because, I mean, Gavin Newsom has been either the governor for 5 years or lieutenant governor prior to that for 8-9 years. Some of the worst fires we've ever had in California under that watch. He clearly knows that the biggest problem that we suffer in California are these fires, and by the way, the mudslides that follow. And for them to do essentially not just nothing, but worse than nothing when firefighter budgets are being cut, when they are specifically intentionally not doing the work that could be done to avoid these problems or to be able to effectively serve them when they are happening, we are losing, I mean, I think it's something like millions of acres of feet of water runoff from rain and snow every year in California. As you pointed out, I think the smelt have something to do with that. That's an acre foot of water, by the way, is about 330,000 gallons of water. And there's millions of those that are just rolling off into the ocean when they could be captured in cisterns. They could be, we'd have an ecosystem of hoses and safety measures that can keep all of these homes and people in these homes safe. And for some reason, they choose to do none of that. And at some point, it goes beyond just whoopsie. At some point, it goes beyond negligence. There's something that's almost criminally intentional about this. Like, what are they doing? I don't know.
So you mentioned criminal intent and you mentioned criminal negligence. Because California can build anything. I mean, look at Silicon Valley, look at Hollywood. If they want to do something, California can do it. But you haven't built a single reservoir in 10 years? You're just letting water run into the Pacific because of what? A fish that no one's heard of? Does anybody care about the smelt fish?
I mean, listen, I think that both can be true. I think we can care about the smelt fish and we can care about our environment and also be able to value human life and the wonderful cities and civilizations that we have built and find some kind of a balance in all of that. Even still with the smelt, there's no reason why we couldn't have safeguards to prevent what is going on right now. This is just, it's absurd. But I would say at the end of the day, you know, like I said, I don't know if there's criminal intent. I have no idea why they are doing or not doing the things that they are doing, but they must be held responsible. This is not good leadership. I mean, listen, you know, this is the man who, in the middle of the pandemic, when people were being locked up for going and gathering together, he was at French Laundry having dinner with his friends. What does that say about the character of this man who was doing nothing to help the people of California? I don't believe that he is. I don't believe that he is. And so I think that there needs to be some kind of accountability that's held to the leadership, not just of California, but also of our nation. You know, I mean, listen, there are people still in eastern North Carolina that are still climbing out of the rubble of the hurricane that totally ravaged all of them in Florida and North Carolina and South Carolina. That's still happening, and FEMA completely dropping the ball there. What's going to happen now with Southern California? Is FEMA going to be there? By the way, one of the things that is almost most criminal in all of this, I don't know if you know this, but like 70% or so of the insured in Southern California that used to have fire insurance in their home months ago, this insurance was taken away. The insurance company said, no, we're not going to offer fire insurance anymore. What else? They don't need flood insurance. They need fire insurance. This is a fire hazard. Of course, that's the insurance that they need and that they want. And just months ago, this was stripped from people. Like this is not okay. It is not okay in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I'm hearing that State Farm yanked their coverage because the regulators in California wouldn't let them raise rates. So now millions of people don't have fire insurance, and they've lost their homes and have nothing. And you're right. You mentioned North Carolina. Remember the Maui fires? Still devastation.
Yeah, Lahaina.
And they were staying in 5-star luxury resorts, FEMA was. So we expect more, we expect better, we expect dignity and competence in the United States of America. That's not too much to ask. I know there's been a recall in California, but there might have to be something else to hold Gavin Newsom accountable. A trial, a public humiliation, because if this isn't enough to step down as governor, if you have a little honor, I think that's what it calls for.